Hi, hello, welcome to Yog Stock. Thanks for supporting all my videos. This particular video is only for H1B visa holders that who wanted to apply and who already hold H1B and looking for an extension. I just want to give some details. Whatever the details I have gathered and I am sharing in this video, it doesn't mean that I'm an immigration expert or I can answer you any immigration questions. If you want, you can Google it or you can find out. But the general scenarios that I have gathered, the information that I am sharing on this video. So if you need this video in Telugu, I have made another video on a H1B. I will post the link in the description. So please find the link in the description and you will go through that. So the reason that I am making this video in English just because that it might reach wider audience. So soon that March 4th H1B lottery is going to start. I mean, we have to apply and then that will be picked up by a lottery. So I will tell you all those information today's video. And number one is basically when the H1 starts, how to apply the lottery, what is the lottery fees for it. And then the next thing I will tell you how to go about interview, what sort of questions they might ask you. And number three, that rejections, why there are number of rejections recently happening after the Trump taking over. And number four, the H1B misuse. A lot of people are misusing. I mean, they think that government did not know anything that we are misusing H1B, but everybody knows everything. When the time comes, that will hit us back. So let's stick to the end of this video. Don't just skip through. There may be some important information you may need for your application or something else or whatever the conditions that if you wanted to know. H1B visa application process opens from March 7th, 10:30 a.m. to March 24th, 10:30 p.m. So you will have to, apply for a lottery in between those days. So means like, by now you have to be prepared for what documents you required and then other important thing, like if you are going through a proper company offer letter, you don't have to much worry about because the company will apply your H1B if you are picked in a lottery and they will pay whatever the fees and they will provide you an accommodation. That is a proper professional way of processing H1B. Whoever is applying through the agency or consultancy, so think about it before you applying. First of all, find out through your friends or Google or ChatGPT or various ways that this particular consultancy is really good because they might charge you. I think it's around $8,000 or something more than that. That fees to apply the H1B visa. They will charge you all these fees because they don't want to spend money on this. It is a very big consultancy. They can cover those costs. So they might probably offer you, if you are a really highly skilled, they might offer you H1B visa for free and they will pay those costs. But general scenario, most of them are actually apply through the consultancies. So as I said before, so please make sure your consultancy is a genuine and you won't have any issues once your H1B picked up. So the H1B lottery cost used to be $10 before and now that is increased to $215. The reason because actually we are misusing the system by applying 10 to 20 applications to the different employees because $10 is so cheap. Like, if you can pick up anywhere, sometimes, some of them have three applications picked up, three different employers and they never turned up. Even at least they didn't even apply the H1B. So someone lost that opportunity. If you want to apply multiple times, it will not be picked up. There may be a chance that they may deny your application not going through the lottery system. So that don't misuse the system. Try and apply only one application. You may apply for more than one applications, like 4 or 5. Once that will filter your process and then finally that will send only one application to the lottery system. So then multiple applications never go to the lottery system like before. So please make sure only one application so others will have a chance to get a H1B visa. If your employer have employees less than a 50, they will charge $4,000 extra. And if you have any referral, RFW, then you will have to pay $2,500 extra. All these fees, once again, you have to clarify in a Google or maybe immigration system. I'm just giving you the information that what I have gathered. So the next important thing that what I wanted to tell you is like, when you go to the interview, let's say your application is processed and you are now going to the interview. So please make sure don't take any phones to the embassy, because that you will have to put it in a locker, and again it's a headache to access in the locker. Try not to take any gadgets and go in time. Timing is very, very, very important. Like if your interview is 9:30, just try to be there by 9 o'clock or 8:45. Don't try and rush yourself. You might miss the time slot, or never know, you struggled a lot all these days, and just because of that a small thing that you might miss your interview. Be prepared yourself. Though you are applying through consultancy, make sure you have hard copies of all the documents. Better have a checklist that whatever the documents that you have given to your employer or agency or consultancy, whatever it is, make sure that keep hard copy for every single document, though it is use it or you don't use it, but at least you have to have. Because some people, what mistakes they do is basically they will have this in their phone. They think that when we get there we can show it in a phone, but phones are strictly not allowed. So that is the reason, have every single hard copy. Next thing, once you go for the interview, immigration officer will then check your passports, and they will send you to the counter where you're going to face the interview. So the main important questions that they will ask you is basically, if you are a genuine person coming into the United States, means like, the actual H1B rule is basically that they have to prove that they cannot find a person in a United States for this particular skill, and they have to hire someone from India. So that immigration officers, they will check this, that you are really a person, that are you working in India, how much money you are earning. Once you move into the US, what is your salary? Does your employer really pay your salary, or is it a doji company? Is it a consultancy? I mean, they will ask you a lot of cross questions, like, you have to be prepared for all these cross questions, and then you must be very confident to answer this question. If you thinking like, are in front of him, he thinks that you don't have a proper job, but you are going there and searching for a job. So the next other things that you should not do is, sending messages to your friends, that asking about what is the career that I should go through, like, what is the subjects that I have to learn, what is the I mean, how long it takes to find a job. And sometimes some people will send a message to the consultancy that as soon as I get there I will find a job, how long it takes to find a job, and how is the market, and this kind of general question here, like you will ask your friends or to your employer. So this may put you in a trouble, because that proves that you don't have a job. So according to the rules of a H1, you are going there with a valid job. Because you are going through consultancy, you will go there and you will find a job. That means you don't have a job. So try not to communicate with your employer or any other friends or anybody asking this type of questions. As soon as you get H1B visa, don't think that you are safe, that you are going to America. So port of entry is a very, very important. Since Trump taken over, port of entry become a very big hardships for the people who are traveling in and out of America. So once you landed in America, they will ask you so many questions, and they have a right to check your phone, they have a right to check your laptop, they have a right to check every single document that you're holding. If you miss any document, or if you try to misrepresent yourself at the port of entry, for example, they ask you any question, I mean, if your English levels are not good, or if you don't understand, if you keep saying excuse me, um, they will start thinking about your qualification, and they start thinking about your level of ability to work in that particular job. So you may subject to deport at this time, or maybe denial entry to the United States, because you are lying some information to them. So try to be confident. If your English levels are not really good, try to learn English before landing into the America. And whatever the questions they will ask you, just be confident and answer them properly. Try not to say I don't know anything. That where they will put you in a trouble. So that means once you clear the port of entry, obviously you will get into the America. and then you can depend on your whatever. Like if you are an employer, then if your employer providing the job, you just go and join. Otherwise, you'll have to go and find a job. So the next other things that I wanted to share on a H1B, there are a lot of rejections recently, which we have seen because Trump is trying to crack down on a immigration. I mean, this is just because of H1B misuse. When you go for a H1B extensions, I mean, if you have maintained any payroll in the past, like, where you are not working, you don't, your bank statements, and you don't have a job for a certain period, and you have a job, you're running a payroll, but you're working on a supermarket, there may be so many things that they will look into when you go for an extension. Your employer is strong or not, the consultancy that you are working for, and then the salary, the main important thing, that salary you holding it or not properly, as per the bank statement your pay slips are matching. So these kind of things will, they will check at the time of extension. And at the time of H1 visa, as I said before, if you're not answering any questions properly, and if they think that you are not actually meeting the exact skill based work for your employer, there may be a chance of rejecting visas. The final thing that I wanted to share you is H1B misuse, how they are misusing it, why the authorities are so serious this time to trying to cut the immigration, because we ourselves are misusing the systems. They are providing us, they are asking us to come there legally, work there, pay taxes. But what we are doing, so a lot of H1B visa holders are working 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, 6 jobs. So means you are taking other people jobs. You have a job, just be happy with it. And you are taking 5 other people jobs. I mean, these 5 jobs can go to someone else. You are working on it. So this is a big misuse. I mean, we are thinking that government doesn't know, but in any form of shape, probably they will definitely know. When the time comes, that will hit back on you. So the next misuse, like, H1B visa holders, if they are getting $150,000, they take $100,000 in US, and rest of the money they will take in India. So this is really illegal thing what they are doing. So the other thing, sometimes what they do is they will take 100,000 on their payroll, and rest of the 50,000 they will run on a OPT payrolls, because there are a lot of students come out of the universities actually applied OPTs through the agencies. So what they do, they, I mean, discuss with them in a commission basis, like, they run this 50,000 on a student's payroll. The students will be benefited because they are running payroll, and this guy is benefited from the tax. So these kind of fraudulent transactions, there are a lot of fraudulent transactions that they are, H1B people are misusing. I cannot say particular person, but there are so many things in a website that's saying H1B misused. When you go for an extension, if they check your history, any history that they find that you are misusing the system, then you will probably, there may be a chance that they will deport you or they will deny your visa. So my best suggestion is, please do not misuse anything. Please follow the law of the land. Wherever you are in a which country, it doesn't matter. Please follow the law of the land. Be safe. Don't do illegal things. You just go there, find a proper job, work properly, and pay the taxes. Live your life. Not even a Trump, no one can touch you. But if you start doing illegal things, obviously they will just be behind you. Don't think, no one knows. The system is watching you. Every information they have. If the time comes, you will be out.